Hello everybody, Naturalist Kirk here with Lowry at Home. Welcome to another episode. On today's show we have Naturalist Laurel, who's going to be teaching us about native bees. But first, a new segment I like to call Dear Canada. Hey Canada, it's me, your friend Naturalist Kirk. Shut the door! Thanks. Okay, moving on to the rest of the show, here is Naturalist Laurel with those native bees. Take it away, Laurel.
Good morning, it is Laurel from Lowry Nature Center, and I am joining you from home today. And behind me, I have a couple of trees that are in full flower. Well, they're actually a little past, but I have a little mini orchard, a couple of serviceberry, and then 3 pear trees. And during this time of the year, it's really crucial that these trees and flowers get pollinated. The best pollinators are our native bees, not honeybees. The native bees are out when it's colder, earlier in the season. So starting in mid-April, when our first little flowers are coming up, I'll show you a couple spring wildflowers. These all depend on bees to get out to pollinate them. And honeybees don't like to be active below about 60 degrees, 55 degrees. I'm going to show you a few of our first bees that are out early in this season. This is bloodroot, and I was taking a close look and noticed, wait for it, there's a bee, a native bee. Let's take a little bit closer look. Our first bee is a mining bee. You can see them zooming around over the plants. This bee is a little bit smaller than a honeybee, than the worker honeybees, and it was visiting the pachysandra in my backyard. And this one is one of the very first to come out before any of our other bees. And all the ones with longer antennae are the males. Typically for native bees, the males will emerge from the nest first, and then they will hang out and wait for the females to join them so that they can mate. And then the females will start working on gathering nectar and pollen and getting their nest tunnels ready for the next season. Next up, we have a small sweat bee. This one was so tiny, I barely noticed it until I was zoomed in on the mining bees. It is about 6 millimeters long. This one has super long antennae, which tells me it is a male. Last bee we're gonna meet is a blue orchard mason bee. You can see it zooming around the flowers both on the serviceberry and on the pear tree in my backyard. These bees emerge, they find a mate, and then once the female has mated, she will work on building a nest tunnel out of, it could be in wood, but she usually is using mud to construct that nest tunnel. And she has to gather her own pollen and her own nectar to make bee bread. For all these bees, it is super important that they have all of their habitat needs close by. So food, water, shelter, and it needs to be within a very small flight range. I have a couple of mason bee nests behind me. Let's go check them out and see if we have anybody using the tunnels. It looks like we have activity. We have visitors who have started filling in mud cells in each of these stems. Looks like just a handful of them are being worked on, but each of those divisions will have an egg inside. That egg will turn into larva. Once the larva is growing, it will have some bee bread to munch on, and these tubes will be completely filled up and the mud sealed off at the end. Let's get a little closer and hang out for a bit to see who is working on what tunnels at this mason bee house. So you can see what the mason bees are up to. Our other bees that we met, the sweat bee and the mining bee, they will be nesting in the ground, and they need loose soil so that they can tunnel in, and the females basically do the same construction process but underground, different from the mason. Yay! Clearly the nest is working. I hope this helps you with checking out what's nearby in your yard. Maybe you have some native bees you've never noticed before. Keep your eye out for them. It's super easy to provide nesting habitat for these little guys or gals, and they'll return the favor by pollinating all the cool stuff that you have planted in your yard. Thanks for joining me. I will see you later. Until next time, have a great week. Bye.
Well, that's it. That's today's show. Thanks for tuning in. I want to thank everybody who's gone onto our YouTube channel and subscribed. We are just 9 subscribers away from hitting 100. We need 9 of you to go on in the next couple of days here. Our goal is to get to 100 by Friday, and we're so very close. Look down in the comments of today's show, and you'll see a link you can click to help you become a subscriber to our YouTube channel. Help us make that goal. Thanks for tuning in today, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a good day.